Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we all? Are we well? It is me, Dex. Currently waiting for my co-hosts, and we'll see what happens. We are rolling at 8. I know Jake's been streaming a lot today, so I'm going to give him some time to refresh. I think he's currently wrangling the children. But chat, how are we feeling? It's deadline day. Welcome to Talking Wednesday. Yes, we're still using StreamYard, so I do apologize for the lack of normal quality. You will get our usual quality in the audio feeds as usual. Worko, check your bloody email. Christ on a bike. Your Worko TV one that you asked me to send everything to. Go check it. This is where he finds it and he goes, oh, shit. Dear me, even. There you go. I swore straight away. You can tell it's live. How are we this evening? Are we all well? Are we doing well? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? I didn't have the email.
No, I had the email. I was sorting out.
No. Jack said he didn't have the email, and now he's saying Google flagged it.
What?
There we are. I think he'll be joining us. But yeah, Jake, if you could just run the audio through your end, mate. I'm running audio through mine as well, and video if possible, please.
Video as well. Yep.
Yeah, if you are live, you are seeing the warts and all version, which is
apology for the lateness. My little boy is still awake and he's being and
it is completely understandable, sir. It's I just didn't want to delay it completely because I don't like leaving an audience waiting.
I was trying to literally trying to send a message, and he kept on throwing my phone to the other side of the room, so I couldn't send the message.
So you basically went back in the house after deadline day for the wrong amount of time, and he basically claimed you and decided to bully you. Basically,
you're literally looking up at his camera, going, "Like you're meant to be asleep. You've been at nursery all day. Go to sleep."
No, it's nice to talk to someone on stream. It's nice to talk to chat. I feel like my life is this now. My life is talking into the camera, into the microphone every day. But yeah, this is the Talking Wednesday podcast.
Welcome to Deck 10.2, where he will talk about anything.
I've already been live for 3.5 hours today. 3 hours?
I've been live for two and a bit hours. So yeah, we're both running on the same kind of schedule.
Yeah, it's kind of been a light day for me. Oh, here's the part-timer. Here he is. Look at this. Here he is.
So focus.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
Out of focus sometimes.
I am.
You're a bit.
And it doesn't sound like you're going through your mic. It sounds like you're going through camera mic.
So he comes in, he's got the wrong thing set up. He doesn't know what he's doing.
I switched my browser.
Oh, did you? Did you have something else on the other one that required a VPN?
You had to go get your passport.
Yeah.
Broadcaster Pro 2 chat, yes. In. Main stereo, yes.
Do you not remember last time we were talking about Sweden?
Oh, dear. Speaking of ESAC, they're actually letting it happen is interesting.
Right.
Yeah, but Mark Gee not going.
Yeah, I feel for Mark Gee there because he's done the right things. He's gone the right way.
He's not been bad about it. He's just gone, what'll be, and then they pulled it at last minute.
Yeah.
Thanks, Virulin.
What? What'd you say?
I said thanks, Virulin.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, right. I am slow.
What will be?
I'm slow.
No.
I've been working all day. I've been streaming since midday, and then
I've been streaming for 2 hours and doing videos all day.
Yeah, and then I had to go and do some vocal coaching, which I love to do, but I'm just knackered now.
Oh my God, James, you're a musician.
No, I actually work and go out and do something rather than be a little... I nearly said it then. I'm joking.
We're tired. We're tetchy.
I'm joking. Don't push me on it.
Chansiri called us all.
I was going to call you a little bitch. But you don't behave like a little bitch. Are you recording, Jack, before we do the bit that I will then cut? Yeah, I just need your audio and your video, please, just so we can, if we need to clip, we've got clips. But yes, we're here with the crew. We're here with the audience. They can see all this. This is usually a less... This is a less sweary version of us sorting Jack out before a stream, but we've already started.
Right.
Can I get in the
I'm
chat?
now recording.
What are your thoughts on this deadline day and this window as we're going through? Or give us some jumping off points. We have got a whole podcast planned for you today.
Oh, document. Yeah, I did do one. Where's
yeah, you
that
did.
gone?
There's a podcast.
Oh my god, this is so scuffed.
It's nice to talk to you again, lads. It's been a while.
We didn't actually think that we were going to be here this evening, did we? Because,
No,
you know...
yes, I did.
Well,
we knew. You just don't read your emails.
I wouldn't have done a document otherwise. I would have got a message from James going, sack it off. I can't be bothered. I'm tired. I've got a bottle of wine.
Well, what I was aware of until I opened Twitter and saw Harry Amasa's sign on loan, I thought there was no deadline day for us. It was just Monday.
It's still a podcast.
I also did tweet. I did tweet saying we're going live at 8 on the Twitter.
Well, you told me 9:30.
Yes.
In a text message.
Yes, I did. And that is on me. Because originally we were going to do 9:30.
He also sent
If
an
we
email.
want to get handbags out,
Hang on. He also sent an email out at 5:37 going, "Sod Jack, forgot to tell you."
He just ignored it.
I can go if you want me to, and it would just be you two, and you bloody enjoy it. If you prefer that.
That's all right. I do. Weirdly, I like having you around.
Yes, it's a punching bag. Good grief.
Well, it's just a big enough target on both sides of that winner's peak, isn't they? Right. Anyway. When it goes all the way back, we'll be able to slap your head. I'm sorry, Jack. You're not balding.
You're not balding.
I know.
That much.
From the 7 different occasions that I've had to ask my barber because people
The
got
fact
in
that
my
you
head
have
about
to
it.
ask how you rattle your
He
way.
probably
People
comes
got
in.
in my head about it.
It's like he goes in and he goes like, oh dear. It's that guy again. He's going to ask me if he's balding. There's nothing wrong with being bald, by the way. It's just because Jack got really, funny about it.
It was my fault because I was the one that caused all the
You
issues
started
on the
it.
stream.
I don't want the bolds among us to be the bolds among us.
The bolt.
You literally
I've had a long day.
You literally the chat and you gone, oh damn, I think I might have insulted Lee from Group.
No, Lee is fine. Lee winds Jack up even more.
Brewski.
I'm tired. It's been a long day.
I know. This is why I'm like, poke the bear. Poke the bears.
So what? Right, okay, we'll start the podcast. Welcome to the Talking Wednesday podcast.
Hello.
It's 2034 episode. It does feel like it. Episode 234. Jack, how's your day been? How's your week been? How's your life? Don't start telling me about AIs taking all our jobs.
No.
Just tell me about your day.
I'm just very exhausted. Just exhausted. I don't want to go into it too much. I'm exhausted as well, so I can I feel both of your pain, basically. Yeah.
The problem is you opened it up here to go from what?
What? Are you emotionally exhausted?
Everything. It's too much. This is not a therapy session. This is a podcast about Wednesday. So I don't really want to talk about it. So
yes, it is a therapy session because we're talking about Wednesday.
Well, no. Well, I mean, yes, but no. But my day's been okay. Very tiring, yes. How about you guys?
How come it was tiring? No, I need to care about you, Phil. I need to validate your emotions. How?
No.
How did that make you feel?
I feel... Stop! It's like those nightmares where you're giving a speech to an auditorium and then the clothes are gone all of a sudden and you're like, no, why? Where have they gone?
You've gone to
This
that
is how
colour
I feel right now.
You've gone to that colour that you normally are when you're in the outfield and the sun's outside and it's very hot.
Because I feel so, interrogated right now and I don't like it.
Jake, how are you?
But how are you, Jake?
I'm not too bad.
Jake. How are you, Jake?
I survived the 6
Calm down.
survived the 6 weeks holidays. One went back, one goes back on Wednesday, which
I was gonna say when are they back? Because like it's midweek for some of them, innit?
Just do me a favor, Dex. Check your Facebook messages and see what I described Hunter as.
Yeah, I know you called him something unpleasant.
And that'll sum up how my day's been.
Oh yeah, you called him a little head. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, Mark 2.
Mark 2. I think your first one's all right. Your second one is probably going to be the issue.
See, my first one's all right to the point where she's a sassy little madam, and I'm through when she becomes a teenager.
I think she's done really, really well though, from becoming an only child to not being an only child.
Yeah, she
that's
has.
A big step.
Oh, definitely.
Hunter been in nursery tape, been lovely, been quiet. I had to warn him about his like of art that we've mentioned in the past. But apart from that, everything's been
The
really
Picasso on the walls. I wonder if he's going to start handing the people in like nursery and playgroup like handfuls of it.
About the Picasso painting.
Oh no, he did that the other day.
No.
He'd done that already. He looked at me and just went, Dada. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Have you seen the viral video of the baby covered in peanut butter and just goes, imagine that, except it was Hunter and it wasn't peanut butter.
Yeah, I've had that one.
Yeah.
Twice this week already.
Someone give you some good Wednesday news. Somebody in the chat says, we signed a player.
Yes, we
But
did.
what nobody's mentioned is it says subject to registration, so I hope he's registered. Literally, it only says that on Man United's website. My week has been long. It's only Monday, but last week was long. This week I've got a wedding coming up. So actually, I need to sort I need to decide when we're doing the podcast.
I don't know what I can do because Sarah's at a hen do Saturday.
Oh, great. So we're all screwed.
And I'm at a wedding next Friday.
We'll sort it. We'll sort it. We'll do whatever. But yeah, I've got lots on this weekend.
There is some good news though. Even though we signed someone from Manchester United, in general transfer news, the Gone squad has gone from Manchester United pretty much. They've actually cleared them all.
Yeah.
If you actually look at it, the optics, they've actually got rid of nearly all of them, haven't they? Did Sancho actually eventually go to Villa?
It's in the deal sheet in for it, yeah. I think that might be a case with Heskey if we got a deal sheet in for him.
I think Heskey's more of a case of, look, we'll let you have one, but you haven't showed us a cash flow in how many months? We've been asking for a cash flow. Yeah. You have one or you don't have none. The thing is, with this deadline day, we started at the beginning of the day going, we're getting no one, right? Let's all agree. We all went, we're getting
I'll be honest, it was lovely working. Because I didn't have to pay attention to it. Whereas usually for the past few years, I've managed to sort of like take the evenings off, do things, but I was so locked in. Like even my old job, I'd finish a couple of hours earlier. So I'd be so locked in by the evening. But this time I was like, nah.
See, my little one, she's loved watching me like make the videos and see bits and pieces. But she's also gone, why can't he just do something right? Like, good question.
Very good question.
But the start of the day, we all had it that we weren't getting anyone. We got to midday and we got hope that we might get 2 in. Right? Let's be honest. If we got 2 in, yeah, it still would have been a naff window, but it would have been better than no. The fact that we got 1 in is great, but we're still very, very short.
Like, let's talk about this as the first topic then. Let's go in hard, I guess, to start. Chansiri basically tried to sell 2 of our best assets. If you believe the rumors, he was very, very keen on selling both Cadamartri and Charles.
Yep.
But was stopped by some means or the others, whether it was,
I have a theory.
The EFL, whether it was the players themselves, whether it was the agents. Go on.
If you remember, when we were under the embargo, he couldn't keep any of the cash because it had to go to the EFL. Yeah. I wonder if the EFL had done the same again. You haven't showed us a deal sheet. You ain't keeping any of that cash. Not a deal sheet, cash flow. I wonder if they turn around and said, you're coming to us asking for players, saying you need players, yet you're about to sell to. You ain't doing that.
Well, we had players from the other side. We had the other side of the city. United came in and tried.
Basically lowballing it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like
$1 million for him. $1 million for Cadamartri. And that's just insane. I do want to just comment on this, actually. We'll carry on back on the topic. But, Dave, I have just read your comment, mate, and I want to send you all the best because that's hard. And,
really sorry, mate.
I want to highlight it, but then we're going to talk about football and probably not make you feel too much better, but we'll give it a bloody good go. But I'm thinking in it, mate, because
sorry, mate.
Where your head must be.
Yeah.
Back into the Cadamartri stuff, like Cadamartri's bulked up. He's got to a point where we need him, and Chansiri would have sold him. Charles, I think, would have gone if he wasn't injured, and that's what really concerns me. But Jack, where do you stand on him being open to flogging our assets? And actually, probably the only thing stopping him is something from the EFL, etc.
It's just it's brain dead, isn't it? Really, they're like the only two actual assets we've got going that are somewhat sellable in the long term, and he'd rather sell them for absolutely next to nothing because it's the only thing he can get his hands on, rather than actually taking if he were to sell them, take the time to make a proper deal out of it, rather than just, oh yeah, fine, £1 million, yeah, great, because then we'll end up with a Gassama situation where he scored more goals in the Champions League this season than Celtic have for the last X amount of years, and it's like, it's just brain dead decision making, and he's still, to me as well, it feels like an ego thing that he can't bring himself to just say to the EFL, I can't fund it, I can't provide the proof of funds, they're not there, because then that might, I don't know, would that trigger something in terms of like the EFL go, right, okay, we're doing this to you then, we're enacting this on you, I don't know, but it just feels like a big...
I just think he's absolutely not got the means to fund the club.
He feels like he's trying to run away as long as he possibly can from any sort of...
I also think,
repercussions to any of this, you know?
The more the EFL investigate, the more they're going to open more things he doesn't want investigating.
Exactly.
Because it's already really dodgy with the Sheffield 3, 4, 5 situation. You've got to remember, this month, Sheffield 3 will be, I think they're going to owe somewhere between, allegedly, 3 million to 4.5 million in mortgage payment for the ground. Now, remember, that is not in our name as a club, it's in his.
Yep.
And if he can't find that, then we really are up shit creek. And the problem we got with going into this is he's had multiple opportunities for people to come in and help him or come in. My thing is, I can see a fan forum if he's still here and thing, and I really don't think he will be. The part of me that thinks he won't be, and the part of me that thinks he will be. It's 50-50 which way it goes, if that makes sense. But I can see a fan forum where you're going, you've been telling me for years to sell players, so I'm finally selling players. Now you don't want that. What does the difference? You're selling them because you need the cash, not because it's going to get reinvested. Nothing's getting reinvested. If he sold Cadamartri and Charles tonight, that wouldn't have been reinvested. That would have been put somewhere to cover some of the debt.
Yep.
Well, he already sold one Cadamartri this summer, like to Man City. He sold the 15-year-old lad for $1.5 million, and we thought, okay, maybe that's the little bump in the road we need just to satisfy wages for now, and then he'll sell, because he talked about how he was open to selling everything. And it's just like he's reneged on it all. And I saw this coming, and I'll be honest, I've been dividing the fan base a little bit. In certain plays, not really, actually. I'd say 99% of people agree with me. But I have been calling out the fans that are just bone idle to it. And I feel like, you know, I have been saying people in the South, I'm really disappointed in them against Leeds. All we had to do was boycott it, you know. The people that were moaning about the protests against Leicester, the people that just don't seem to get it. This is a podcast where we, like, gave Chansiri the benefit of the doubt for longer than a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to speak for your position on it, boys. I know we all can't stand the man, but like,
we held off for a long time on everyone's platform because
and now I'm kind of going aggressively on it because I see the danger signs. I've seen it since Darren Moore. Like that's when my head was turned and I'd lost all respect for him.
Yeah.
And then this was more of a case of like, this is now crisis stations. Anybody who doesn't see this being crisis stations, anyone thinks, oh, well, I just want to go because it's about me and having a pint with my mates and I'll have a pie in the stands and whatever. What can you do with that when there isn't a club left because he is literally because I'm not saying necessarily it wouldn't be the club. They'll probably be a Phoenix club or whatever it is. But he owns the stadium, right? Yeah. There's a chance that Wednesday dissolving football assets, the stadium will still be there, but will that be the ground of the future Wednesday club? There's all of this to think about, right? What you know now is Sheffield Wednesday could not exist under this man.
Yeah.
Because of the way he's running it.
I think one of the other things, with the Cadamartri thing, I don't know if any of you picked up on it today. So today he finally done the I'm at Man City, right? Post on Instagram. Well, on Twitter, it got posted by Cran. And Danny Cadamartri said, definitely a no-brainer when he's old enough. It's funny you say this because he actually said when he was leaving, Dad, do you think I could come back on loan to Wednesday and play with Bailey?
Yeah.
So there is a chance.
I'm pretty sure the young lad, he obviously would have wanted to go to City, but he was quite happy in the academy.
Yeah, he was. I think he knew he had a chance of getting in at 16.
Yeah.
I think he knew he had a chance of getting in at 16 and being in. But the thing is, it's let's call it what it is. It's assets drifting. We've been calling it for the last 6 months. It's assets drifting. It's been dripping whatever he got. And let's be honest, we don't have much assets left. The two that we got in the squad now are the last two we would have been able to get rid of. The ground isn't an asset. Because I don't even think the land is an asset. It is because it's land, but look where it is. It's not in a great position next to a river that floods. Yeah. By the way, DC, you can't just turn the taps and make it flow the other way away. But the thing you've got...
That article, man, I don't even think we've put it in the pod, but Jesus Christ, but it's so dense.
The other thing is, though, that article also says, so far, the protest is working, is 80% down on profits.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying.
It's the last 10%. Is it 10% or is my math wrong? 20%.
He might be able to put bits of money together, right, if we help him out. However, if the EFL are doing things like withholding the TV money to ensure it goes to the right place, etc., you boycotting and not putting money into it is really going to make him struggle. Yeah. It's going to be a big thing because I don't want to start a war with bloody season ticket holders. But when the renewals come around, if he is still here, they have to stand firm.
I think a lot will. I think a lot will. And it'll be the lowest lot of season tickets we ever sell if he's still here. The thing is, what league we're in will add to that because, let's be honest, we are still due a point deduction. People keep saying we won't get one. We are still getting a point deduction.
We've broke the rule. There should be one coming in. Yeah. And I think the only reason we're against it is because he's been bone idle enough to appeal against what he's clearly done.
Yep.
So that's
just to delay the inevitable, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what I feel like it is.
So while it's under appeals, then they're not going to do it. But
the writing on the wall for this summer was on middle of April when Danny said it'll be a relegation season next season.
Yep.
Yeah.
When he said that, we knew something was about to hit the head. And then when he said at the end, I'll look at this. I won't lie, he didn't help in matters, but I also don't blame Danny for leaving with everything, but he hadn't helped the way he left.
Well, Henrik and the team that are left today have had to do everything in spite of Desh Fon Chansiri. Yeah. Like they've had to like fight against it just to even try and get signings over the line. And everything that came hurdling back, all the things that were like not quite happening, were genuinely because like my headphone just fell into my ear. That could have been interesting. Were just because he couldn't run the club properly. So the EFL were stopping us quite rightly from making deals. And it's really weird to say that, but good on him. You know what? If that's what it takes for us to be sanctioned in that way.
It's annoying because for the longest time we've been saying what are the EFL doing? The EFL done something today, and we've seen it, and people have gone, "Oh, the EFL not helping us." But look at the bigger picture.
They actually are helping us.
They are actually helping us because they're making him. They're making him accountable.
Yep.
And I don't think that's something he's used to. That word being said to him, accountable.
No, because I'm sure that he's probably had many, many bailouts throughout his whole life, but from Daddy. Ooh, Dad, I'm this amount of quid short. I'm in this amount of quid debt. Can you bail me out, please? And that's probably what he's used to, frankly, rather than actual accountability for his own financial responsibilities and everything. I'm sure of it. I'm absolutely
well, it
sure
is
of
interesting. Like when the rumors started again, allegedly started coming out of Thailand, etc., that he'd kind of been cut off from that side of the money, is when we started to see the cracks emerge in Wednesday payroll. So his businesses clearly didn't cover everything, and there's no safety net. So. Look, there's one man ruining the club and he's still here. Transfer deadline day is still bloody here. But plenty to talk about today, so we will get to it. We skipped ahead a bit. We will talk about all the transfers, all the takeover stuff. We've got all of that.
My fault.
No, it's okay. I decided to go in.
We're all angry anyway about
start. We wanted to top load it. We're not going to go through like the usual length of rigmarole, but I will talk to you. What did you think to the bloody hell? Do I even need to ask? What did you think to the match against Swansea, Jake?
There were bells where we looked okay. There were bells where we looked okay and did okay, but it's just showing we lack any kind of real, if we make this sub, it'll change. And it's lack of
depth, got no squad.
No, there's no squad depth. And you look at the side and everyone were pushing. I thought, games like this where you actually see how much Bailey has actually improved because he's leading that line really well. But we just don't have that competitive edge. And I'm hoping with the new signing we've got in today, which we'll speak about later, it'll free Olaf to go be an actual winger because that's what he's good at. Because he keeps playing as like a wing back at the minute. It doesn't work.
You really want him to do well, don't you? I know. We all do because he's a Wednesday player, but Jake's got his shirt.
It's another one. It's another one of these ones that I'd seen. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get one right.
I just realised you've got the tie on, and I've never clocked that. It kind of makes you look kind of David Brenty.
Yeah, it does.
I've never clocked that before.
But there were two good chances when we got them, but they were few and far between. We still look very shaky at the back. I'd love to see what the team would look like with a Bernard at the back, just to give us a bit of solid foundation. But here's the thing, Wednesday fans. If he suddenly has a good one, and Chansiri is still here in January, you know who's on the next chopping block.
Yeah. It's a case of, I actually, in a weird way, even though I'm not convinced with our lone keeper, amazing in the cup, by the way. What was that performance? But then
Insane.
You shouldn't be getting beaten at your near post like you did against Swansea.
No.
Pierce Charles getting injured has probably saved us in that regard because he might, if the EFL really do push back against him, we might just end up with Pierce Charles staying. It's very unlikely because Chansiri is going to cling on for dear life as he is doing.
I can see it. Yeah, but we're also in talk with Bailey for a new contract. So maybe we try and
But again, are the EFL going to allow that? Because proof of funds.
Yeah.
I mean, Bailey, the Cadamartri seem to be being advised quite well, obviously, probably by their dad, etc.
Yeah.
But are they going to sign him up to a long-term deal? I mean, to be honest, it's actually smart for Cads. I think it would be smart to be here because you look at the bigger picture. But
I'm going to say we take the Chelsea model, but we do it a bit different. We will give you a 7-year contract minus your wage, and then you can sign it. Because that's how they sign all their players, 7-year deals.
They're a mess. Like also Garnacho going to them, by the way. Do you ever just look at someone and go, you're a tosser, aren't you? Like, I know I shouldn't judge looks, but I just look at him and I go, oh, you're a tosser, aren't you? Like, it's just. Do you know what I mean, Jack?
Yeah. Did you see that walking he did? The photograph of you. It screams, "Look at me," but without any substance. He look. I tell you what. I
Look at me.
said.
I'm Draco Malfoy.
No, our laugh said it. Our laughed around and said it looked like he was a member of NSYNC going to go on stage.
And they're the same as NSYNC.
Yeah.
Like, it was, the NSYNC. Yeah. You went proper British NSYNC. That hip young boy band out of America called NSYNC.
NSYNC. Yes.
Good old Justin Timberlake at the top. Oh, he's yeah, anyway, we've got enough tossers at our own club, so one tosser. Can you tell I'm tired?
No.
Jack, your opinion, sir.
We were you know what? We were missing 3 players very, very badly in that game. We were missing Chalobah, and we were definitely missing Windass and Michael Smith. They would have made the edge. They would.
Windass is injured, so he'd have been missing for us anyway, probably.
Yeah. But similar, we're very good at organisation and the passion that the players are putting into it, but we're just lacking that clinical edge or that sort of like.
It's players that are being rushed. There's players that like shouldn't necessarily be playing all these first team games. So
it's too early, too soon, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not like the young player. I'm not talking about young players, but I'm talking about fringe players that should be part of games. They're now just getting thrown into there. And Andy, I can see you saying missing Windass. Yes, I know. I've got to sort the bloody draft out soon. We're getting Andy involved if he's still up for it. Like, you've got one player to add.
To be fair, when Jack was going through, like, they got the energy and the passion, I thought he was just about to start going into the meme.
Yeah,
he was about to go.
I genuinely thought you were going to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I didn't like watching it. It was as we could have done with someone like Ben Mee, and as Goose just said, Ben Mee went to the other side of the city.
Gone to the other side now. So
we were linked with him as well, which is annoying.
Maguire and Ben Mee at the back.
They've got what?
They've got Maguire. McGuinness even. Sorry,
I was going to say Harry Maguire's a rate sided for
they've got McGuinness,
championship.
They've got McGuinness and Ben Mee at the back.
I'm disappointed in McGuinness.
Yeah, but he was alone.
I know, but he came to Cardiff. He said he loved the club. Get lost. I'm not having that.
Yeah,
not having that. Also, we're higher in the league than them. Come to us.
I tell you something.
The players, James.
I tell you something though. You look at what's going on with both sides of the city and stuff. It's really bad when you look at Twitter and you see like Sheffield United fans going, they haven't been paid in months and they've got more passion, more energy, and they've got up for it more than us.
More fitness,
what's going on?
Sorry.
It's worse when like they're going, oh, we're in such a crisis, and I'm like, are you though?
Nothing does my head in more seeing Man United fans saying that, by the way. Like, shut up. Yeah. You're not in a crisis. Shut up.
I mean, it's proportional, isn't it? They are in for the amount of money that they spend. However, last season I would have said was a bit of a crisis for them with how low they finished. But their usual idea of a crisis is not being challenging for the league, which is when I'm like, just get in the bin, you know.
I will say something though. I will look at what they've done today. They definitely sacked off that AI model now, haven't they?
Yes.
I mean, Man United, like, have they not brought in Martinez? Because I know they ended up bringing in another keeper.
They brought in Lemens from the Belgian keeper, who's, from what I've seen on the Twitter highlight, he's not that great.
This is the thing, though. Like, I don't understand why they haven't spent a lot on Martinez. He's in the league. He's proven in the league.
It's not that one. I don't know why you don't get Donnarumma. I don't know why you don't get him. You know what I mean? Shut up. He was 26.
Donnarumma. Done all the
You
rumors.
helped him. I know what you meant, Jack. I was wanting to hear him say Donnarumma again, or
26 million, and you get a world-class keeper.
Yeah.
Which is nothing. 26 million now. Doesn't even get you Sheffield Wednesday Football Club now, thinking about it.
No,
you know what?
It wouldn't chance serious valuation.
It's probably a lot more than it's worth, but it doesn't. It gets you about a quarter of the pitch, probably, from what Chansiri wants.
Shall we talk about that league game? Because we haven't spoke about it, and it deserves being speaking about.
Yeah, I'll do the first talking. I watched it, and I can't remember the last time I saw a 3-0 win on penalties. That's going to be my take on it. The kids did great. It made me think we need to play these kids more, but I kind of like playing them in a cup run. Let them have a little cup run.
Built up the confidence a bit as well, didn't it, really?
Horvath did really, really well in it, and then I don't really. I think he did better when he realized that he was like the senior figure or whatever it was. His saves were really good. However, he reminded me so much of Cam Dawson with the parry maniac. Yeah, he's a parry maniac, which is going to cause us issues, as you have seen. But yeah, we'll start with you, Jack. What did you think to the Leeds game?
I was similar to you, really. I'm in two minds about we should be playing these, maybe the juniors a little bit more. Well, I say juniors, you know what I mean. The
juniors.
The juniors. Oh, we should be playing these juniors. But
can you ask my shirt? I'm leaving primary school.
We should be playing these younger players a bit more often in the league, but then at the same time, to have this cup run, it builds the confidence way up, and maybe there's also a little bit less pressure on them in those cup games because there's nothing like it's a fun game. Like there's no expectation whatsoever. But you go into the league, and that's the big fun, innit? Yeah. Whereas the league is like each game is like there's so much pressure because we have to stay up. In their minds, they'll be like, we have to fight to stay up. We have to do it. We have to keep winning because, you know, we were in the players' heads, like Bannon's come out and said it, like they were hoping to get in the playoffs last season. And there's a lot of them that maybe still, even despite circumstances at the club, they're still holding themselves up to that standard. And so maybe there's a lot more pressure internally in the dressing room on those games than there is in the cup games. And so that's why they're maybe not throwing as many of the under-21s into that setting than they are in the cup setting, if you know what I mean.
There will be a big pressure against the young ones in there with the expectation on the shoulders. And I will say, actually, I don't necessarily respect the levels of tolerance in our fan base when it comes to youngsters. And I hate to say that about fellow fans, but the Wednesdayite sort of he's not good enough sort of thing. It happened to Charles at the end of last season.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was like,
and he had one bad game, and the rest were like great, and it was one bad game, and then now he's not good.
And you also look at that lead team that played. They had a Serie A winner in it, who was at loan at Napoli, who started, and then Leeds
starting lineup was like 110 million.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. And then you just look at you got like Johnson, Weaver, McGee, Gwillier, Brown, and I'll tell you something. Brown was fantastic. I really hope we do well.
I didn't even know who he was.
He held the ball up really well, and showed what he can do. And like the fact that we brought a 16-year-old and he literally ran past
he bodied Longstaff,
body slammed in, and then looked at him going, "You want a free kick for what? Get up." 16. And you're doing that against the senior Premier League player.
Chansir's probably sat there going, "Oh, how much can I sell these for?"
Yeah,
that is the worry.
But no, I think it's a good spirit because you bring the youth in, you bring the experience, you mix them with the experience. But
I do love how all the senior pros were there, and every single one of them were like, "This is what we want." Also, do you see that Windaf was there?
Was he?
Yeah, he was in the stand. Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't see that. No,
I didn't see that either.
Interesting.
Bloody hell. Can't believe he's not boycotting. God, disgraceful.
Fair, that's got me that.
Well done.
Why are my ears being so uncomfortable? That's going to fall in my ear canal. That's
That's not good.
I'm fairly certain as well, a lot of the fans that were there at that Leeds Cup game were like the friends and family of the players. There was a large number of those.
Not 4,000 of them.
Well,
this is the argument I was having on Twitter when someone tried to call me out. Oh yeah, all right. I'm sorry. Are they from Barnsley? Have they got like a bloody 500 brothers and sisters each?
I can't say anything.
Same person. Mother, sister.
I can't say anything. The wedding I'm going to is full of Barnsley people.
No offense.
Your sister is your mother. Anyway. I think we're losing our minds, aren't we?
I think we are. I think we're gone.
A little bit.
This is without drink
Yeah,
involved.
we've got to have some fun. We've got to have some fun on deadline day when nothing's going to happen.
Did he turn into the equivalent of when we did the stream and James was drunk on my stream?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was fun.
No, it wasn't. My face went the halfway the other way.
Oh, yeah.
Because you messaged me going, do you want me to quickly jump in while you fix your face? And I was like, what, with makeup?
I didn't know if you had a stroke or anything. That was an awkward night. That.
Oh, it was horrible. This is the problem that we have where our summer has been so bad. This is kind of like a decompression of the summer. Let's be brutally honest, boys. This is everything that's happened all over the summer rolled into one.
I'm not talking about our sanctions. I'm going to ignore half this document, to be honest. We're just going to talk about deadline day. Right. Harry Amass.
Oh,
go on. No, go on.
Rumor that Danny Rull might be becoming the next Bayer Leverkusen manager. So if that does happen, then
that would really fit him.
Yeah, it really would. And
honestly, it's a big job.
Good luck to him.
But
if that does happen anyway, he might not be going there.
Again, I don't think he's got the CV for it, but this is the thing. This utter woke nonsense Sean Dyche is football is all about like the style of play now. It's not necessarily about your experience. Yeah. That's why someone like Company can get battered at Burnley in the Premier League, but because he plays the right way, he'll get a job at Bayern.
Yeah.
And it will work with those players.
It didn't work for Ten Hag. They want head coaches. They don't want managers. So that's why it'll work for Danny. Danny can be a head coach.
Yeah. Yeah. Kabuta Fish says far too big a job for Danny. I don't disagree. I just think he would get it. I think the links have sort of like, I really don't really agree with them sacking Ten Hag after 2 games. That's very odd.
Yeah, but that's modern day football.
Yeah, but like they lost Wirtz. They lost quite a few of their big players in the summer. A rebuild takes time when you lose all that, but clearly
they lost Ping Pong as well, didn't they?
Yeah. And you think like that's not really a good what that says to me is there's something else there. There's something else with the manager that they weren't too sure about. But
but did you see the thing where it went Ola Solskjaer, Mourinho, Ten Hag, the Manchester United trilogy of managers all sacked in one weekend?
I'd like to see Mourinho back in the Premier League just for fun.
Well, he has said he don't want a club that's in UEFA Champions League stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah, so he can come back to Man United.
I think he actually said that he wants to actually have an experience of a job that's like in a club fighting for survival rather than wanting to win things. Because he's always been at those clubs that want to win things, and he just wants that different experience.
Do you want a really good one here from the?
Does he want to come to Sheffield Wednesday? Sorry, carry on.
You want a good one from the deadline day? You know that Durato Benuna who was at Chelsea. I can't say his name, but you know what I mean.
Are you on about Fofana?
Fofana, yeah, I can't speak, right? Fofana has turned...
The reason I've got to pull you up on that, mate, is none of them syllables were correct. Yeah, none of that was phonetically correct.
Yeah, well, dyslexia is a... Yeah. Imagine turning down Celtic to go on loan to Charlton Athletic. He turned Celtic down to go to Charlton.
Oh, it's because he doesn't want to move to Scotland,
London.
isn't it? Yeah, it's London and he doesn't want to move up to Scotland for however long. Yeah.
God. I couldn't think of anything worse than move. No, actually, no. I think, Andy, you live in London, don't you, maybe? I was going to say, I can't think of anything worse than moving to London. I can't generally stand most people there because I worked there for a long time. And I worked and it's just rude. I can't do rude. That's
why you keep going further north.
Yeah, I'm northeast now, mate.
I know you are.
Just see all England flags outside my bloody house.
Are there any Danish flags painted on roundabouts, by the way? Or is
that's
okay.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the level of politeness where Dex has gone all the way to like Sweden or somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not far off. We're not gonna get. Can you do this time? Well, it's like
I've considered moving to Scotland, going back to me old family roots. Yeah. But I don't think they'd want it. But then again, if you keep yourself to yourself, you're usually all right. You know.
I don't think you pull the kilt off.
You are?
I don't think you pull a kilt off.
I'd only pull it off in certain situations anyway. Right. You can tell it's an evening, can't you?
Definitely approaching the watershed. Absolutely.
That's all right. That's all right.
Dex will just start going around going Braveheart with his hair in the...
Saying freedom with a windmill. Freedom. Oh, right.
Apology, audio listener. This is the mess.
Jesus Christ. If this is like, can you imagine like someone is listening to this in their car with their partner and they've gone, oh yeah, you can have the football podcast on. They're usually just talking about football. It's a bit boring. And we're going, whipping it round doing a windmill. Say freedom.
Jesus Christ.
This feels so much like a Talking Wednesday extra today, doesn't it?
It really does.
By the way, this is what we can do in some Talking Wednesday extras if you want to become a member of the channel. Like, it's a little bit unhinged. Sheffield Wednesday have actually made a signing on transfer deadline day, guys, and it's Harry Amass. Jake, what are your thoughts on Harry Amass from Manchester United? Subject to registration, it says on the United website, but we say it's happened, so God knows.
It took 3 months to get the deal done, but we got it done eventually by the nickel by crook. Left-sided player we need. Like I said earlier, Olaf is not a wing-back. You'll have someone who's a natural player who can play that there. And the stupid thing with me is that what I've got is we have got the best way of getting youth in all the time. Mm-hmm. And it's very simple. We can give you minutes. We can guarantee you game time.
Yes.
Because we haven't got anyone else. And that was what was the big thing that was driving it all. It was all driving it that way because we can guarantee minutes. And I think if we can see what happens and how he gets on, it'll be good. It sounds like Henrik was a big one on the development of the player as well, because he'd done a lot of youth development in his past roles at clubs. It's just, you would have liked 2 more, but in our position, we can't. It's in, let's see what happens. It's another body. We need more, but at the end of the day, we're going to struggle.
Yeah, well, we only got Horvath in because you literally kind of like required by the league to have a professional goalkeeper, someone of professional standing. That's the only reason we brought 2 people in, you know. But Jack, what are your thoughts on Harry Amass joining Wednesday until January, as far as it stands?
I'm pretty sure, other than Reece Johnson, he's now basically our only recognised official left back, because Max Lowe technically could be seen as like a hybrid wing, because he's played a winger a lot.
Max Lowe's a left back, but we're playing him at centre back. It looks like he's fallen into that centre back role. So fair enough.
So we just need cover. Like I'd say we needed a left back probably last season, even the season before that. But we finally got one in, which is nice.
Actually.
But it's just, it's like he's a Manchester United youngster. Like, I don't really know much about him, to be honest, other than he's here. So
nobody really does, do they? We'll have a look at his FIFA card, because But then
not many people really.
I've not been able to do that for a long time
last year, and he was an absolute world beater by the end of the season. So
God, I miss Shea Charles.
Yeah.
So he's Harry Amass. We are his first professional club other than Manchester United. He's 18 years old. He started his youth career at Watford, and he was in Watford's academy until 2023, which is when he moved to the Manchester United academy. He's made 5 appearances for Manchester United, all in the Premier League, funnily enough, and 2 in Europe. So he's made 7 total. He made 3 for the under-21s before that, but he'll have been playing under-21s games, etc. He didn't make any appearances this year, obviously, because the season's just started. But now he comes to us with that experience, which is nice. You know, he's had a feel for playing for Man United last season. It's his season to go and develop. Hopefully, that's really going to help us out at left back. He's an England under 18 currently. He's played all the way from under 15 level, been capped 7 times so far on under 18 level. So he's in and around that setup at left back. There's not much else to say really on him, other than he's a 60 rated left back gold card. Oh, big hitters.
Oh.
May get an upgrade or a downgrade now he's come to Wednesday.
Mate, how are you going to do a EAFC 26 career mode? Are you literally going to put in the bloody transfer ban and have the point deduction to see what happens?
Yeah, I'm gonna mess about with it. I did eventually get the beta, by the way. I never really said, but I am gonna.
It wasn't bad actually. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's more of the same. But what they've done that's got me is I stopped playing the. I really enjoyed my RTG. I think the audience preferred my career mode, but I preferred my RTG. But my RTG kind of got killed off by the fact you couldn't evo goalkeepers or anything like that. You can evo goalkeepers now.
Yeah.
So that was enough to get me. But yes, Harry Amass, I think it's a position that we needed. It very nearly didn't happen. It was happening, then it wasn't. Then it was happening, and it wasn't. He's going to be in for a bloody good fight with this Wednesday side. But
talk about baptism of fire. You're going to be in it straight away. I think the thing is that was our big selling point to get players in. Like, you know, like those deals that, we get to other clubs where they go, oh, we might play. No, we got to play him. We haven't got anyone else.
We have no one else. No.
I do agree with a little bit with Andy about Reece Johnson. About how
Reece Johnson, the left back. Yeah.
Yeah, because so for audio listeners, Andy said it's a weird one to me. He's 18. He's barely played first team football. I feel like it'd be better to play Reece Johnson. I can see that side of him, but why not rotate them both?
Yeah, maybe that's what he does do.
We haven't got depth, so Johnson on the bench maybe. Plus this way, Harry Amass can come in. I know this sounds really bad, but if Harry Amass starts to play badly, then you just put Johnson in, and Johnson's going to get less stick than if we played Johnson over the lone player.
Boys, do you want to do our what's in our squad then? So we've got
Can I just say, by the way, we've missed the comment, but user Sai has said Chansiri does not have the power to sell players. It's all blocked from the EFL. They are making it very hard for him to continue. So there we go. That's
good.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah,
very good.
It's true.
So let's go with the goalkeepers. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got 5 goalkeepers.
Have we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Officially.
Charles, Hover, Stretch, Barrett, and Phillips.
All right, okay.
So in defenders, we've got Palmer, Lowe, Bernard, Iorfa, Valerie, Ottobio, Gwillia, Johnson, Emery, and Weaver. Midfielders, we've got Bashiri. I think that's how I said it right.
Yeah,
So
see, this is the thing. I think it is Fusire, but people have just started calling him Sean Fusion now. So, God knows.
You're welcome for copying me.
I think the official one was Fusire, by the way, but I don't know. I'm not his dad.
We've got Sean Fusire, we've got Ingolson, we've got Lowe, we've got Bannon, Chalobah, Shipton, Fernandez, Thornton. Would have loved to get another defensive midfielder in. Won't lie. And then up top, you've got Ugbo, McNeil, Kadamatri, Kabashi.
Compare that to the 16 midfielders that Wrexham have got on their books.
19 now.
Oh, 19 now? Oh, even more.
Could they find another one?
Do you know this sounds really bad, but I'd have even had Fletcher back this summer. He was on a free. Just because he did well in League One, I think we could have done with a physical presence up front next to Kadamatri. Because Kadamatri is a physical presence, but the experience would have been useful.
I'd have had Adam Reach back.
I was just about to say I'd probably took. He's so bad now, though. His legs have completely gone. Don't know if you've watched him play. Like, he wasn't necessarily a player that relied on pace. I could never work out what Adam Reach was good at, apart from the occasional screamer.
I think he would have been way better
generally
as a number
solid.
10. I always thought he would have been way better as a number 10 rather than out wide on the wing. But
Reach at Lincoln, though. Reach has gone to Lincoln today.
They'll do well there.
I think so. You
know what I found really funny about looking for free agents? The amount of times that I looked in that PFA. This is in our training stuff. Like, he used to play for us. We had him on loan. Oh, what's he doing there? It was just like you could have done like 6 players in a starting Wednesday 11.
I kept looking at Rolando Aarons and going,
he could do it.
Yeah. I was like, maybe.
It feels a bit sad that it feels like we've ruined a load of players' careers and stuff, haven't we? If you think about it,
it's almost as we're really good at signing bad players.
Yeah.
Or good for a season, like one season wonders, and then
it's almost as if Paxow doesn't know what he's doing.
Well,
almost. Right, let's talk Takeover.
We never hear from the guy. We never. There's never. He's just a lurking figure in the shadows, you know.
Well, I nearly ran him over once.
Yeah, me and you were in the car, and he stopped. Like his taxi just stopped and brake checked us, and then he got out the back and just sorted across the road.
You were with your two fault. Your two fault.
You're saying I shouldn't have braked. Jesus Christ, Jake.
Jesus Christ, Jake.
But he was down Leppin's Lane, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And
then he sauntered in through to the South Stand main entrance.
I went Leppin's Lane. It was right corner.
Yeah. Was it near the bridge?
Yeah, his taxi just pulled up on double yellows. No.
Yep.
And he just bolted out the back.
On the left, South Stand's on the right. That road.
Yeah. And I was why was I driving down there?
You were driving up to your relatives to park.
But why was I going from that way? Were we late by any chance and they'd already closed off the road and I had to go round? That's probably what happened. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was like, I'd have always gone in the other way. But yeah, I do remember. That's a vivid memory of nearly running him over, actually. Yeah. Because he just walked in front of my car. Idiot. But yeah. John Texter is talked to be about. That's great English.
Talks to be about.
Talks to be about. The good.
How long are we doing this podcast? I'm finally rubbing off on people. It was the words.
Well, Jake, careful where you do that in public.
Shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
I knew what you were coming back with there. John.
We've just hit the watershed. We can say these things now, but don't go too heavy, all right?
John Texter is apparently looking for funds to go in for a bid for Sheffield Wednesday. I think he's trying to flog Botafogo to Marinakis or something.
Well, they just signed 4 Botafogo players today for it.
4 of them. Oh my word! I think that's not a dodgy set of deals at all, is it? Jesus.
What do we think about John Texter apparently being the one that is now? Well, he's made his interest public in Sheffield Wednesday. Jake, what's your thoughts?
When you look into him, you look at it, and there's some good and some bad. You look what he done at Botafogo. He taken from similar to position to us and then got them as champions and done really well. You look at what
lots of money.
Yeah. You look at what he's done at a club in Belgium where he's changing the name of it, he's changing the club, they're like crep, and just basically doing like a
can't do that here now anymore.
No, you can't. And you've got that part where you look that don't look great, it don't feel great. You look at Lyon. I think Lyon, when he went in, there were 500 million in debt. He got it down to 200 million in debt. And it looked like it was more of a case of, because of what happened at Palace, he had to leave because it was untenable. And he's had like investment issues there. You look at Palace, he looks like he wanted 40, he wanted 70%, only got 40, wanted a player to come in from Botafogo to help part of the recruitment, didn't get what he wanted. It's one of these one where you look at it cat-22 because he got some stuff that doesn't look great and it sounds really dodgy. But then you look at the other side of it, what he's done in terms of on the pitch. They look good, they look competitive, they look decent, and it looks like there's a chance of being able to have a future of some sort. It kind of where you can see him trying to build something. He would definitely make us more commercially and bigger in terms of like the social media presence and brand and all that lot. It's a hard one because we're all in that kind of thing where we go anyone but Chansiri, but at the same time we have to be careful who that anyone is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, I completely get what you're saying. I'm going to go to Jack first before I go in on my thoughts on Texter. So, Jack.
Well, Jake's right in the sense of like you need to be careful who that is because you can go in Nottingham Forest's example, you can go from someone who is Fawaz, who was like a dilute version of Chansiri, to someone who allegedly burns down bakeries in Greece when local business owners don't do what he wants. Allegedly.
I really want to highlight that. Allegedly, I don't fancy getting
highlighted
sued.
Allegedly, yes. But so this is what I mean. Everyone's a bit scared of dealing with Marinakis, and you don't want that kind of owner to sort of come in and then end up.
Oh God, no! I don't want him anywhere near the club. He terrifies me. Morgan Gibbs White, I think he thought he was going to be murdered.
Yeah.
Like stood next to him on the signing, like
yes,
Mr. Marinakis, yes. Please let my family go.
It's like, have you seen that funny poster that someone made? And it's like Morgan Gibbs White sweating and there's a firearm to his head in the picture. Oh my God. But yeah, you need to be careful who you do then actually sell yourselves to, because then it could be out of the frying pan into the fire, or into, it's just, I don't, after the facade of Chansiri, I don't want someone to then continue later down the line putting us back into a yet more lets everybody else laugh at Sheffield Wednesday because they're doing yet more dodgy stuff. Like,
it's interesting what you said there. It could be out of the frying pan into the fire. I actually think it's going to be more out of the fire and into the frying pan. If that makes sense. I think it's not. I can understand why people still think he's a bit of a chancer, etc. But we are so on fire. I take it, guys. I'd take like somebody who's had multi-club ownership, who puts teams in place, who lets people do their jobs in football. Yes, he's a bit of a character. Yes, he can be a little bit on that cringy side of, he's made mistakes, etc. Financially, yeah. But I don't think it's as much of a fire as Chansiri. I think, for example, right now, we cannot fund the club, which really puts the club in jeopardy. If we're talking about going into another fire, I think he ends up being a good stopgap, at least. Could do really well, by the way, because if he has like good ownership of Wednesday with the right people in place, could do really well. But I think he becomes the necessary evil, if you want to use that phrase, which I don't think is fair, to be fair, but some people will see it like that, to help us get through this storm. We might end up having a few storms with Texter, but hopefully they come when we're stabilized and it's more of a case of a progression storm rather than oh God, my club can't pay the staff.
Also, if you look at what Textor's doing, it looks like Eagle Holdings is being changed. It looks like he's taking everything out of Eagle Holdings and put into a new company.
Yeah.
Because you actually look at it from the outside picture, he's not mentioned much about Eagle Holdings, and it seems like he's pulling things out of it.
Yeah.
To put it into something
like he
else.
himself is cashing out of that to then start a new venture with somebody else. Yeah.
Yeah, it does seem like, and there was something a couple of weeks ago that I think it was something with Marinakis and Textor with Botafogo, but I don't know what it was. I remember seeing it for all a bit and I missed it.
Because I saw some of that news about like Marinakis doing the deal with the Botafogo players and looking like he's going to be involved in owning Botafogo. But it looked as well like he was effectively buying a stake into the Eagle Holdings company as well.
Right, okay.
So it's like, it seems a bit like the situation could be shaping up where like Marinakis is kind of replacing John Textor and John Textor's kind of handing the baton of his position in Eagle Holdings over to Marinakis, and he's then cashing out and doing something else.
Can I just say why people who might be poo-pooing him might need to just take a look? I have just seen have you seen why we were able to sign Harry Amas that Kranz just reported?
No,
no, I don't have X open. Yes.
So this is what I was thinking, right? We haven't satisfied anything on the EFL at all, even for Harry Amas, because Man United have agreed to pay all his board, all his lodgings, and all his bonuses, which we would usually have to do even if Man United were paying all his wages. Man United are paying for everything.
That's very unlike Jim Ratcliffe, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's the only reason it's happened. So we're in this situation with this owner.
The reason why Hecky will have gone through, we will have only said you're paying this, and they've gone, well, you need to pay board, you need to pay travel, you need to pay this, and we'll have gone, nope.
No, we'll have gone yes, but the EFL will have gone no because we can't
report that the EFL
pay for it,
wasn't it? Yeah.
So none of the Amas signing, Man United have wanted him to come here and develop so much that they've done everything.
Yeah.
Thank you, Man United.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm saying. The situation in our owner, that's a perfect sign of the position we've been put in. Our current owner can't show the EFL funds that he can sustain the club, right? If Textor gets in, right, he will have to pass the fit and proper owners test.
Yep.
Now, which we're seeing is more rigorous. And if we know that, if we know there's a position where eventually he could then be forced out through this new regulator, which is looking like could end up happening to Chansiri, I think Textor will get bored by then. If it's gone down south, it'll just move on to somewhere else. So that's why I think the better case for us with Textor now is he takes it before it's completely picking the bones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's going to take it, and we're not going to expect like survival and stuff, but
it'll be very much like Birmingham. We're setting up for the future in League One to come back up and then reset.
Yeah, and I don't think we'll have the Hollywood story of that. I think Textor is. I don't think he's like a someone to bring us to the top. I think he's a stabilizer.
Do you think he's more of a more calculated, everything got a reason kind of thing?
Actually, no. I think he's a passion-led ego man, probably.
Impulse man,
like most Americans are when they buy football clubs. But I reckon the people he puts in place might actually, because Textor does do the business on that end. If the people he puts in place are correct, then we'll see a benefit. We'll have to probably put up with some crazy shenanigans that goes off, and hopefully he doesn't try and come in the dressing room, etc. But
well, he has been reported that he previously wanted to pick players, and when managers said no, he sacked them.
Yeah, apparently that was a long time ago, though. Apparently.
And also the lawsuits, interestingly enough, the lawsuits that he's been fighting are against Eagle Holdings and not him personally. So that makes sense. If he's trying to get out of Eagle Holdings, he gets out of all lawsuits, and he then resultantly would pass
technically
the
not
fit and proper tests.
Lawsuit, more people wanting their investment
just suing
back.
them. Yeah. Yeah.
The way I look at it, right, is no, ideally, I'd like someone that doesn't have this sort of checkered business past, etc. But I feel like we're faced with the situation we're in at the minute. Texter seems to be the only one that's vocally interested. So at the minute, to me, it's black and white of it's Chansiri or Texter. For me, it's Texter.
Yeah.
But at the same point, yes, he's being vocal about it. There could be other parties we don't know that are quietly going about wanting to get the club.
I think the only reason that we're hearing about it is because I don't think anyone else is mental enough to deal with Chansiri, but maybe Texter is.
I'd love to watch that little fight.
Can you imagine?
Oh my god, yeah, the actual... Imagine that. It'd be like an Office skit, wouldn't it? It literally would.
I also like the way I think he has the right idea of what a club is. Everyone can say everything, but for me, in the situation we're in, it's Texter in until I see. And in a couple of years, if we're still a championship, if we're a championship club under Texter and it's not going so well, then maybe he looks for further investment or looks to sell us. But it's a long-term project. If we're still a championship club in 5 years, but we're looking towards the top end of the league under Texter, I'd say that's a success, given the show we're in. Everybody wants quick, rapid turnarounds. But I just want to be able to talk about the footballing merit of my club again and not whether people are going to get paid. That'd be really nice.
Would be nice.
But lads, I'm going to go and watch a documentary on the universe. I've gone into a Brian Cox rabbit hole. That sounds really weird, doesn't it? But
might not come out of that.
Yeah.
What is the... Have we got another match before the international break? Because my brain is switched off this week. We're done.
We're done till 13th. We got Bristol City. I want to say.
We've already played them, haven't we?
No, we haven't.
No, it's the Pigs that played. That's the one I was watching because I was like, didn't we lose? No, the Pigs lost. Oh, to Bristol City. But yeah.
Saturday, the 13th of September, is Bristol City at Hillsborough.
So that's a loss.
There you go.
They're so good at the minute, Bristol City.
Hang on a minute. We're missing a beat here. I just realised something. Jack, you need to do the voice that the BBC does for reading the results. For when we do the result, we talk about that voice.
Yeah, you do.
The teletext voice or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Sheffield Wednesday 0, Bristol City 5.
That one.
Yeah.
Did you have to look at me like a predator when you did it?
Yes. Yes, I did.
I'm upset. Andy says comments on Grimsby in the cup. Boycott it.
Yeah.
Yep. Just boycott every game.
I know I'm going to be unpopular to certain fans, but I don't care anymore because I'm so tired of this. If you are putting money into the club, still, you are part of the problem. And I love you as a Wednesday fan. I'm not going to say you're not a Wednesday fan. You can say you're supporting your club in a different way. But in my eyes, currently, you are part of the problem. That is a fact to me in my brain. So I'm not going to be best pleased when I see people putting money under this ownership. It takes a lot for, like, me and Jake would have probably already divvied up the streams and be streaming these matches, etc., and be into it. And yeah, maybe we'll bring some streams back, etc., because we're not technically putting that much money into the club.
I'm literally doing cut games, and if there's one on telly, I'll cover it if I can.
Yeah, I'm thinking, Wednesday, it'd be nice to be able to do the derby, you know.
And honestly, that's probably the.
Can I also just say, when it comes to the derby, boycott that.
Yeah,
I know how hard that's going to be, but boycott that.
Yep.
Yeah. If you put in money into the club, you are literally funding somebody who has open sort of contempt for the fans and would probably let's be honest, rather see Sheffield Wednesday no Sheffield Wednesday than a Sheffield Wednesday without him.
He was willing to risk the safety of the fans with the North Stand, and that just says it all, doesn't it? Really, like he was willing to just not do anything to the North Stand roof and run the risk of it. Oh, it might collapse on people because Hillsborough really needs another fan disaster, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Jesus.
We missed out on 3 Premier League players because it was £500 per week.
See, this is the thing. This is why I just want to say, by the way, because this is what I've been getting from people who don't see things. Like, I'm not going to really comment on anyone who does it, but this Richard saying that we're part of the problem, saying this, that we're paying the staff, etc. It's not our responsibility to pay the sodding staff. It's the man who owns the club, Richard. Yes. The man who is at the top of the club should be paying. I will pay into my club when it's a sustainable club. I have paid into my club all my life. And you might be baiting. I don't care. I am sick of this dense look at it. You put money into Chansiri's pocket, you are the problem. That's it. It's that simple. If you still think this is acceptable, the way it's happening, the only way it changes is if he's out. Going to games won't pay the wages. It won't contribute enough money. And it shouldn't be that because there's other footballing costs. It's not just staff wages. It's player wages. It's maintenance. It's everything on top of it. It's travel. It's accommodation. There's so much money that goes into a football club. And if an owner can't responsibly run it, then it shouldn't be ran by that owner.
And also, the fan income paying the wages is such a 1980s and 1990s thing. Since it's become way more commercialized and players have been earning way more than they used to decades ago, it's now commercial income that basically pays the wages or should pay the wages. Like the gate receipts income paying the wages and paying most of the costs of the club is a thing of like decades ago. The world has moved on. Like, football has moved on. It's now a commercial entity, mainly. The fan income is just, like, a little dribble of it. It's just because of how Chansiri's been running it. It's been the main source of the income for, like, 8 of the 10 years that he's owned us. That's the problem.
To be honest, you should be able to massively subsidise the club with commercial revenue, but there's no marketing in our club to that extent.
There isn't. Because Chansiri doesn't believe in PR. PR isn't a thing. PR apparently doesn't get you really high-earning sponsorships that want to put their name on something like a very good PR thing that would provide good PR not just for the club but for their own thing because they're part of that club. No, PR, no. PR doesn't exist. PR isn't a thing. It's just like...
Lee says, I think fans should be as one and not argue about it, to be honest. I think the thing is being as one. I really respect that sentiment, Lee. But when I'm talking about togetherness, a togetherness has to come at looking at the future of our club. Our club will not exist under this owner if we keep letting him do this. So when I'm talking about togetherness, I would strongly urge everybody to look at the bigger picture with it. Don't look at tomorrow. Don't look at, I want to see my mate at the weekend. Don't look at, oh, I've done this all my life. Because I've done it all my life. Wednesday's part of my life, or has been all my life. It's my religion if you want to get into that. But I just can't do it anymore with this ownership there. And I know 95, it's probably 95, let's be honest, % of fans are in that boat. So when that 95% of fans are being vocal about it, I think it's sort of like do you know the people who push back against it are always the people who have to be like, oh, I like that band before it was cool, or be very contrary about everything. Do you know what I mean? It's those fans that are doing it. That half of them are up their own arses, basically. They're like, oh, well, if I can't get my way, I'll do everything my way. I've got the right opinion on everything. There's a collective movement trying to better the club currently. And there's a minority trying to be stubborn about it.
And at the same time, it sets a precedent, too, to any other future owners. If you come here and fans are just going to carry on just putting all this money into the club when they're being taken for a ride, like Chansiri's tried to do, the new owners that do come in and buy the club, they're not going to respect the fans. They're just going to think, oh, we can do whatever we want here. We can sell them down the river. We can treat them like garbage, and they'll still show up, and they'll still just drink the Kool-Aid, and they won't respect the fans, you know? Like, but whereas,
I think that's
if
what
the
it
fans
comes
take
down
the collective action of saying, no, this is stupid, like, we deserve respect, and we honour that, and we stick together with that, then whoever comes in and buys the club are actually going to respect the fan base as an entity and say, right, actually, we're going to include you in our discussions of what we want to do. We're not going to just decide this, that, and the other and not even consult you on anything. And that sort. Do you know what I mean?
No, I completely get it. I think it comes down to respect there. I think Andy said something good there. He said to a commenter, you can go if you want, but it's perfectly fine to encourage us not to go for the reasons stated. For me, that comes down to a line of, if you're going, then I don't respect the choice you're currently making. You might think, who are you to say that? But I know I am in the majority now of people who have had enough. I don't want to see my club run like this, and I don't have to respect your decision to be contrarian about it and go, etc. I don't have to do that, so I'm not going to do that. You can call me what you want. You can do anything on that. That's fine. But I've seen what this man has done to my club. And I am continuing to see what this. We bloody haven't been able to. He hasn't been able to show that he can fund players. He hasn't been able to prove to the EFL, who are governing us in the league, that we can sign players because he can't show proof of funds. There has to be a line with everyone, and I know we're always going to have this with some people, but you know what? I guess what I'm happy with is I can read the chat. I can see all these people that have been very level-headed. And I am glad that now this is the majority that have seen it as this way. Okay. I respect you all. I appreciate all of your comments, guys. And I'm glad us three lads, we disagree on a lot on this podcast. But I think for a while now, we've all had our head in this space. And I guess, do you know what? Everyone's got a voice. And I will use my voice on this little podcast we've got to do that. And people can call me out. Like, people do it. I usually avoid confrontation because I can't be asked. But We're All Wednesday does mean something to me. And in times like this, it's actually sticking together against somebody who's trying to make it so we can't be all Wednesday anymore. Look at the division it's creating. Just from this example. Right? Not questioning whether you should be able to go to your own club. That shouldn't be a thing.
And also, if you do have that argument of, I go to have a pint with my friends and blah, 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 and I want to have the pint with my friends at half-time and this, that, and the other, how about instead you go to one of the local Wednesday pubs around Hillsborough, etc., and you support that entity, and then you can still have the pint with your friends, you can still have all that social time, but then you won't be supporting Chansiri by buying something at the ground, you know?
Yeah. So can I just call out some people like that have been saying their experiences here? Obviously, I've pointed out the oppers inside, but Darren said he's refusing to go. Louis says try and go and support a non-league team until he leaves. I like that sentiment, you know. Adam says he spent this season's season ticket money going to local non-league grounds, been to 3 so far. I love that. A lot of We're All Wednesday out in there. The Mold Andy says, I have to fight the urge to not go to a game, but I'm doing that because I don't want that man in my club anymore. Mad respect for you there, Andy. Sai says, when the new owners arrive, should there be no thank you banner at the back of the Kop? They should show us they want to be here for us. I think the fans will show out for a new owner. I think that's will show just how different this fan base is going to feel. Lee says, me and my cousin drink at home and then we go to the ground. I ain't spent a penny in the ground, not even bought a shirt. Well, that's the thing. I'm not saying season ticket holders shouldn't go, by the way. You've paid your money. I would urge you to really think about it, and I would ask you as a fellow fan not to renew your season ticket while he's here now, because we really need to put that financial pressure on him, so he has to have it forced out of his hands. We have to basically force the EFL to force his hand with his shares, because that's the only way out it's looking. Goose says, Chansiri won't sell. It's that simple. He's a stubborn Thai businessman, so he will dig his heels in. That's what Richard said, sorry. Exactly, so we need to force his hand, Richard.
Yeah.
Goose says, I now volunteer for Hallam rather than go to Hillsborough. I can't blame you at all, mate. But yeah, Just a Guy says, I come in pieces as a Sheffield United fan coming from Chesterfield, and I'd like to see all the local clubs do well. I feel for all Wednesday fans as Chesterfield went like this years ago with bad owners. And that's the thing, it's an ownership thing. And do you know, it is weird because there's one place that I've always felt like together, and it has been against the Wednesday fan base, even though I will say our fan base is notorious for infighting. Like, if you've been on the forums, you'll know that.
Yeah.
But it's also at the case of, like, everyone does come together, and hopefully we'll still be able to have that at the end of this. But do you know what? I'm not getting aggro about that, man, anymore. It's nearly 9:30 on a Monday. Got work in the morning. I've loved chatting to you all. Going up towards the international break, is anyone doing anything nice? We're just watching England and having a beer, or what's the crack? We'll let you know what's happening with the podcast. We'll probably start the draft, actually. We might do that as a main episode. That makes sense. So, Andy, keep your ears out on this. Keep your eyes out on Discord.
Are you getting this like in the new year or what?
I think we should rescind it. I think he doesn't deserve it.
What award is it for? What is it?
What? Are you taking
I've slept since then, mate.
I get so many awards. I can't have AI come into voice acting because they might take all my awards.
Well, I'm just saying I don't know what the award's for. I'm not saying...
You won the draft, Jack.
Oh, nice. You don't sound bitter about that at all.
What a sad little life, Jack. So take your trophy.
Shining real good.
Oh, God, yeah, we'll be doing 250 at some point. It's usually around February time we get in person, but it'll be fun. I will say, even if you don't necessarily agree with everything we said, we do try and bring togetherness in the fan base. I've said my piece. We've all said our piece. Take care of yourselves and do what you can against that man. But Jake, you doing anything nice this week?
Sleeping, because both my kids are in schools and nursery. So yeah, sleeping.
Fair enough. Lads, you can't even do a five-a-side draft. We will be able to make it work. It's just going to be a really low scoring year. Like, it's going to be like, when I get the shield, like if I live that long, when Talking Wednesday's like 5 years old, God, I'm giving myself 2 years there, lads. It's a case of like,
it was 2 years as well. Look how that turned out.
I'll have like a shield, and this will be like the Asterix year, like when COVID happened. This will be like the Chancery Dark Age. But Jack, are you doing anything nice?
I'm seeing some friends at the weekend that I've not seen for ages. I've got to go all the way up to Uddersfield, go and see them for the weekend. But yeah, that's...
Oh God, we might be crossing paths.
Well, I say Huddersfield. It's near to Huddersfield. It's not quite in Huddersfield.
I'm popping to a wedding at some point end of week for that. Back near Huddersfield.
Aye.
So yeah. I'll be all right.
That's about it, really.
Well, lads,
how about you, James? Are you doing anything nice?
I've got this wedding. Yeah, that's it. Literally, I've got shift patterns now, so I've been able to take like the days off, which has been quite nice. But can I just say thank you all for joining us tonight? We will do a draft with like 2 people per episode. We are all Wednesday, aren't we? As I've seen it in the chat. It's been a fun one. We signed a player. It's not just been Monday.
I've just seen Ashley's message. Worko doing Worko things again.
Yeah. It's all right. He didn't even turn up. I've never seen Jake so angry. Well, I have. At me, usually. But he was so angry. Like, so angry at Jack. I thought,
like he was projecting other angers.
I didn't think I'd be able to bring you back on the podcast. Genuinely. Like, he wanted you dead. It was so bad. But on that cheery note,
oh my God,
Take care, guys, and we'll see you in the next episode of Talking Wednesday.
See ya.
See you later.